about UFC Fight Night, Saturday, December 13th, 2014. Junior Dos Santos versus miocic, and that's going to be a hell of a fight. The last fight I seen Junior Dos Santos was knocking out Mark Hunt. I might be wrong about that. I might be a little wrong if that was the last fight. No, it was Kane last. Okay, he got beat up by Kane. So that was over basically a year ago that hasn't fought. And the main fight that I think everybody is talking about on this main card is sick. You have Gabriel Gonzaga versus Matt Mitrione, a sick fight. I'm going for Gabriel, but Matt Mitrione's a beast. He'll knock people out. You got Stefan Skyscraper Struve, which had like heart problems and stuff, and is going to be fighting Alistair Overeem, which Alistair Overeem used to be one of these dudes that were dominating fighters of all classes. Like, he's had a weird fighting career in the UFC, losing 2 in a row, winning, losing. He's only won 2 fights in the UFC and losing 3. He beat Brock Lesnar, which is not saying much because that was when Brock was sick. Then he loses to Bigfoot Silva, Travis Brown, and Ben Rothwell. I don't know, man. This dude can't take a shot like he once did. But Skyscraper, if you look at his record, hasn't really done a lot either, and he's ranked number 15 in the world. But Skyscraper Struve is a beast of his own right. Having beaten Pat Barry, beaten Dave Herman, beaten Stipe miocic, and then losing to Mark Hunt. So the dude hasn't fought since March 2nd, 2013. He was supposed to fight Matt Mitrione, but then he got injured, or he had like a heart problem. But the main fight I'm really looking forward to is the Nick Diaz fight. Or the Nate Diaz fight. I always get those two mixed up. Nate Diaz, yes, he might not have the best MMA record in 18-9, but the dude is a finisher. He goes in there to fold up. And Rafael Dos Anjos, which is a beast of his own right, has great submission defense. And to be honest, Dos Anjos is one of those guys that everybody's saying can give the champion at 155 a run for his money, because he's on a 2-fight winning streak. Believable, heavy-handed striker, very vicious, great striking. And then you look at Nate Diaz, what Nate Diaz is capable of doing, and Nate Diaz is a long, lengthy dude with freaking cardio for days. Never seen a Diaz brother gas out. And you go down here, and Nate Diaz beat Donald Cerrone. Easily beat Donald Cerrone. Beat Jim Miller. Lost to Benson Henderson in a decision because you ain't gassing him out. The only way to really beat the Diaz brothers, I see it, is you have to be tremendously on a game plan where you stick and move, or you have to be a wrestler, because the Diaz brothers, they're great jiu-jitsu artists, but their wrestling is one of the things that lack in their game. And he dominated Gray Manor. I don't know what happened to Gray, because Gray Manor used to be one of these dudes who were dominating, and he's basically, I don't know if he can't take a punch anymore, he's not motivated anymore. This dude used to be one of the most devastating guys in the 150-pound division, and just got completely dominated in his last like 3 fights and got hurt. And I heard he's thinking of retirement, or the UFC's thinking that he should just hang it up. But I'm going for Nate Diaz in this fight all day, every day. I can't count out a Diaz brother. They're the type of dudes who always come forward and always are in your face, always moving forward, will never stop. But Dos Anjos is just one of those dudes, man. If he lands that punch, you're out. And the only guy I seen to really mess up Nate was Josh Thompson. And Matt Mitrione doesn't have a lot of MMA experience, a lot of fights, but he has that devastating knockout power. Yes, Gabriel does have knockout power. He has head kick knockout power. Look what he did to Crocop. Oh my God, that was devastating. And Matt Mitrione's on a 2-fight winning streak. beating Sean Jordan and Derek Lewis, which I'm not exactly sure who those guys are. They're not like top MMA fighters, but the dude has a good MMA record. Winning the Ultimate Fighter, beating Kimbo Slice. He went on a good fight streak for a while there. Am I a big fan of his? No, not that much. But I think my gut instinct is if he lands a punch on Gabriel, because Gabriel is known to get knocked out if he gets clipped. But I'm really going for Gabriel Gonzaga on this fight. But I'm not going to be surprised if he gets knocked out, because Gabriel is one of those dudes who get really close to the top and then loses. He's kind of like a Michael Bisping of the heavyweight division. He's coming off a loss to stipe. I don't even know how you pronounce the name. Moches, or I don't know. I know it's a Russian name, I think. And before that, he was on a 2-fight winning streak. So, with that being said, that's my take on the UFC fight card that's coming up. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. And as I bring it back up on the screen, who do you think is going to win this fight? Jose Aldo, I don't know why I said it. Miocic or Junior Dos Santos? I think Junior Dos Santos is a great fighter. He's a one-trick pony. Mostly fixes on his boxing. Never really takes people down. With that being said, I'm going to pick Junior. Nate. This is a tough one. If the overeem that comes in there that really beat up Travis Brown comes in there and actually doesn't gas out and can finish, I think he could win this fight. But you always got to look at Stefan Struve. He starts slow and sluggish. You can't do that with Alistair. And I'm picking Alistair, even though I'm not a fan. And I'm picking Gabriel, even though I think Matt's going to win. And with the prelims, I don't really know. I don't really care. I don't know the women, but I know the women will throw down and be very, very vicious. So I'm probably going to pick, out of these two, what are they, 115-pound division? I'm going with this chick. Well, I didn't even notice that. 12-0 versus 7-0. That's going to be a hell of a fight. But I'm probably going to go with this chick all day, every day, even though I don't know anything about them. But that's my take on UFC Fight Night this Saturday. Peace. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for listening to another video. Bye-bye.